happy to be finally filming this video. This is your Diva Cup tell-all. I will be answering all of your questions, my tips and tricks, and most importantly, the basics of how to use the Diva Cup or other types of menstrual cups. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a huge fan of the Diva Cup. I have been using one myself for over 6 years, and I really recommend every woman try one out. So let's start off with the basics. What is a menstrual cup? I have some demo cups here. This is an alternative form of feminine hygiene products, so it's a replacement for your typical pads and tampons. The Diva Cup itself and most reusable menstrual cups are made of silicone. This is an environmentally friendly material. It doesn't have any toxic byproducts from the manufacturing process, and they're more biodegradable than a lot of other materials. So the menstrual cup is inserted into the vagina, and basically it catches any of the menstrual flow so that it doesn't actually come out. There is an option out there called soft cups. This is a non-silicone cup. It's made of a thin plastic material. I have tried that before. I really did not like them. I ended up contacting the company and taking them up on their money-back guarantee. I found that because the material was so soft, when removing it, the blood kind of just got everywhere. It didn't stay in place properly, and it didn't offer any sort of real type of protection. That's why the sturdiness of the silicone with these particular menstrual cups I find is a lot more reliable. It works a lot better, and it's just so much more well suited to doing what it's actually supposed to do. Now, the menstrual cup itself holds 1 ounce of fluid. In general, most women on average produce between 1 to 2 ounces over the course of their entire monthly cycle. So it means that there's a very low likelihood that you'll ever actually fill up this cup and worry about overflowing. There's plenty of room in there. The Diva Cup makes 2 sizes of cups. So as you can see, one is slightly bigger than the other. The smaller one is otherwise known as Model 1. This is for women who are less than 30 years old and who have never delivered a child vaginally or by C-section. Model number 2 is therefore for women over the age of 30 or those who have delivered children either vaginally or by C-section. They generally cost around 40 bucks. You can buy them at most stores now, including Shoppers Drug Mart. One of my favorite places to buy them is lunapads.com, an awesome site for alternative and eco-friendly period solutions. And of course, you can buy them directly from the Diva Cup. As far as how you insert a cup, you just fold it and then you insert it into the vagina, and when you let go, it's gonna pop open, and it has this kind of suction action that actually keeps it up there and in place. There are 2 types of folding options. There's the U option, which is the one that I personally do, which kind of looks like a U. You're pushing it down so that it's horizontal and folding it in again. There's another one which I personally have never tried, but in their instructions they talk about the push down fold. You're kind of just pushing down in the middle and squeezing it together so that it's once again a more narrow shape. You can use whatever one is most comfortable for you. This for me was the hardest part of transitioning to a cup, is figuring out how to kind of master this hold position. A lot of the times when you're first starting out, it kind of pops open too early. It has to be fully inserted before it pops open. Otherwise, you'll get some leaks or it'll be really uncomfortable. I found for me it took about 3 full cycles to fully get the hang of the insertions and how to get it up there successfully. I know a lot of people generally have questions about leaks. I personally have found that the cup, especially once you get used to it and you become a pro at insertion, it really does not leak. I find the trick is to insert it as soon as you see spotting, so as soon as you see the first signs of your flow, because if you wait or if you leave the cup out for too long, then I find that the period flow has already moved low enough in your vagina that it kind of is going to come out and the opening of the cup will be higher. So that's generally when I just would wear a thin panty liner along with the cup, but now that I've been using it for so long, I often just wear the cup itself with no additional protection. You can wear it anywhere. I wear it to bed, I've worn it swimming, but I work out with it in. It's incredibly comfortable, and as I said, you really don't have to worry about leaks. The best part about the Diva Cup is it really doesn't need to be changed that often, usually about 2 to 3 times a day. And when you're changing it, you mainly are grabbing this little tail part, pulling it out, dumping it into the toilet, and then rinsing it in a sink. You can also use the Diva Wash, which is the product that they sell. It's specifically designed to work with the Diva Cup. It doesn't have any harsh chemicals or artificial dyes, fragrances, and bad things like that, but I have found that pretty much any all-natural face wash works just fine as well. There is a great option for when you're on the go. I can't find it right now, though. I think I might have lost it during my move recently. You can buy from lunapads.com. A squeezy 2 bottle with this is great, as if you're in public places it holds some water and allows you to rinse it out directly over the toilet. But if you are in a public space, you can also just dump it into the toilet and then use some of the toilet paper to clean it off before reinsertion. As far as maintaining your cup and how long they last, I used one for about 5 years before kind of feeling the need to replace it. They're incredibly durable. They do tend to get a tinge of color over the time, kind of like a reddy brown color. It doesn't mean they're actually dirty though, and if you really don't like the way that they look, you can boil them for 1 to 2 minutes in water to kind of get the color back a little bit. The main thing that you want to be looking out for when you're cleaning and you're maintaining it, you're not even sure you're going to be able to see them around the rim. There's teeny holes there which kind of allows the air to flow in and out, and those you just have to make sure that they're clean. How I find that it's best to clean them is you pinch the cup and put it directly under a stream of water, and that allows the water to go directly through the hole and rinse out any debris or fluid. You can go to the washroom when you have one of your cups in. As I said, it has kind of a suction hold, so it's not going to come out very easily. The only time you might feel it start to come out or move down is if you're bearing down really hard, so if you're kind of having a bowel movement and you need to do a little bit of extra pushing, because that's one of the techniques you actually use to get the cup out, is you bear down a little bit, it'll move slightly down in your vaginal canal, and that's when you grab the stem and pull it out. Now, if you are finding that the stem is slightly uncomfortable, you're more than welcome to cut it, because you can also remove it by actually grabbing a hold of the bottom of the cup. Again, pulling it out and removing the cup is something you're probably going to have to get used to a little bit, but trust me, keep with it at least 3 cycles and you'll be a pro in no time. Some of the benefits to using a menstrual cup, the list is incredibly long. Personally, I found that it really reduces my cramps. I get a lot of cramps if I don't use the cup, but then I notice as soon as I put the cup in, there is this kind of relieving sensation. It gives me more ease of mind knowing that I'm protected for a long period of time, that I don't have to worry about leaks or changing my pad or tampon. It gives me the flexibility to do what I want. It really allows you to continue on with your life and doesn't interfere with any of your activities. I also find that it reduces the heaviness and the flow of my period, and it reduces the length of it as well, so I have lighter and faster periods. So those are all kind of the personal benefits for you, but there is a lot of eco benefits and benefits for the planet to using a menstrual cup. The biggest one is obviously reduced waste. Approximately 20 billion pads, tampons, and plastic applicators are sent to the landfill every year. Each woman on average will use between 125 and 150 kilograms of disposable products, which is about 16,000 pads in her lifetime. That is a lot of garbage. And most mainstream feminine hygiene companies, so these are the big bad boys like Tampax and Kotex, they're using so much plastic in these products. And as you know, plastic is not biodegradable. All the plastic we've ever made is still on this earth. In addition, not a lot of people know this, a lot of the material within plaids and tampons, especially the material that's actually usually absorbing most of your flow, it's made from a material called bleached kraft pulper viscose rayon, which is otherwise known as wood cellulose. This is actually kind of a paper product. It's coming from trees. It goes through a massive amount of chemical processing, which is so not good for you. Bleaching and going through dyes, all of which result in a ton of different toxic byproducts, and it's not good to have something that's been so heavily chemically treated near your body. There's so much research out there that is showing how using mainstream pads and tampons is causing a lot of problems. One of the most common that people know about is toxic shock syndrome. This is from leaving in a tampon too long, and it's really because of the materials that are used in mainstream tampons nowadays. The types of plastic and the other stuff that's in there actually encourages bacterial growth in such a warm, damp environment. It's just a lot of things that personally I have made the choice I want nowhere near my lady bits. So I actually had a really great question from one of my viewers, Pauline. She was wondering how the Diva Cup works with somebody who has had their cervix removed or who has undergone treatments for cancer, if they sit well with the scarring or if they tend to shift like tampons. Because this is a little bit more of a specific question, I actually reached out to the Diva Cup because I wanted to make sure I was giving out the best information possible. So I got a response from Sophie, their communication and education manager, and she recommends that women talk specifically with their doctor before trying out a menstrual cup or any other internal option for feminine hygiene products. The cup is designed to sit low away from the vaginal canal, so it shouldn't interfere with the cervix. However, if a woman has a lower cervix, the cup may sit closer. I definitely recommend reaching out to Sophie if you you have any other questions, and that goes for everyone. The DivaCup team would be more than happy to send you some specific measurements or send some information to your doctors if they have any questions. I will put all of their contact information in the description box below. So as I said, I have been using the DivaCup for about 5 or 6 years now. I absolutely love it. I would never go back to using regular pads or tampons. If you want to see some of my other videos where I talk about all natural feminine hygiene products and more eco-friendly alternatives that you have out there, so I'll put a link to my main video here. I really hope that this has answered all your questions and you feel a little bit more prepared to go out and try a Diva Cup or another menstrual cup yourself. I want to thank the Diva Cup for sending me some of these tester cups so I could chat with you guys about this in detail. And if you have any other questions, please leave your comments down below. There's nothing that's TMI. I'm more than happy to talk all about our lady bits if it means helping you guys out with your period and doing something that's good for the earth. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, and while you're down there, hit subscribe, become part of the family. I'm putting out new videos all the time. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Ready for me?
Yeah. If you don't mind. There we go. We're doing it?
I think so.
Yeah! We're doing it.